Joining me. Appreciate all of you all the time, y'all. This is my behind the scenes, y'all. This hair is on my nerves, y'all. Don't even know. Lord have mercy. I done rolled over on this hair. I done sat on this hair. I done y'all. When you think you about to get your hair braided down past your butt, I'm just saying, be mindful that you got to consider certain things. Washing it is a pain in the neck. Sleeping, you got to have like the right kind of bonnet. You got to have the right kind of shower cap, etc. Oh, that's beautiful. I'll definitely listen to it. Make sure you're following me. Shoot me a note and tag me. I will definitely check it out. So y'all, normally I do my eyelashes when I get on here. But as you can see, they on already. But I did do something a little bit different that I am going to share with y'all. Okay. So if you invest in magnetic lashes, you get really, really attached to them, right? You start like feeling some type of way about your lashes. Like they're extra special to us. I don't know if everybody's like this. I don't know. Some of y'all may be buying more often than I do. But there's so many of them that you want to try them. So even though you might have a pair and it's your favorite pair, once they're old, right, after 30 wears, I think it is. After you done got them all peasy. And it's time to like get some new ones. You might be on to like a different kind and you don't want to buy the same kind again. So anyway, cut them up. Cut them up. Put your magnetic liner on or your magnetic mascara just the same way that you normally would. And then use the pieces to stack them, you see. Stack them on there. Add your pieces, you see. So if you have a bunch of ones that you've cut, you can mix and match them, right? And just get a little bit more flare, a little bit more flutter, just by adding one of the ones that you've cut. Is it on there? I can't see. Y'all know I ain't got no glasses on, right? I usually do this in my magnetic mirror. Y'all see I added a little piece here because normally like my eyes are small, so I don't often go further past this. But sometimes you want a little bit more drama and you want them to come all the way over real dramatic. Stack them all the way to the center. Oh no, y'all, I can't stand having stuff on my eyes though. Like even like the permanent kind, I couldn't do them. I know some of y'all are into that. And people are like, oh, those are for amateurs. No, these are for people who don't like having all of that heavy glue on their eyes. I wore the permanent, y'all semi-permanent. They're not really permanent, but I wore the semi-permanent ones for a long time. And they're not cheap. They're like $60, $70 or something like that. Oh, my charger's not on. I gotta plug my charger in. But they're like $60, $70, right? And it's a good deal because they stay on for like a month almost. But if you're like me, I roll over in my sleep on my face, feel like I pull half of them out. Rub my eye, forget that I'm wearing them, feel like I have pulled the other half of them out. And then after they start falling out, y'all, they look peasy. Like you're missing lashes here and there. So if nothing else, this is a good way to supplement, right? Go and slam some magnetic lashes on top of them when they start falling out. Or in between while you're waiting to get your next appointment, you could do this as well. That's what I've been telling people. Because I'm not trying to get you to change your routine. Your routine is your routine. I don't talk people out of their permanent lashes until you get sick of them, and you will, because everybody always does. But if you're like me, y'all, I'm eating butternut squash soup. I discovered these from my sister, y'all. We don't often buy pre-made stuff, pre-packaged, pre-processed. But, you know, some brands are legit and you can trust them. And Pacific something or other, y'all. It's the same company. They make almond milk, oat milk, hemp milk, and all that. They make these soups in little cartons. It comes in the same kind of carton as like the almond milk does. I'm gonna just heat them up. So I had soup and sandwich for lunch. I had my 20, 21, 25 grain bread, whatever it is, 50 million grains, whole bunch of grains, y'all. You can buy bread that is gluten-free, that doesn't have wheat, y'all. You don't have to do all of the flour and the wheat just because you want to enjoy your sandwiches. But be mindful still, all of that processed meat is not necessarily that good either. But you can get butcher cut meat, like real meat shaved, you know. So if you got some real meat shaved and you got some all grain bread, eat a sandwich and have at it and enjoy. They also have these spinach tortilla wraps. You guys, back in the day, our ancestors didn't make tortillas with flour. Okay, y'all, the way that we used to grind corn into flour, and some people still do, you guys, and you can buy cornmeal, but it's not the same thing. The flour that's made from corn, you guys, like masa and all those types of things. It's white. It looks like white flour, but it's corn flour. Okay, so you can enjoy those types of things without having all of that gluten and dairy and sugar in your system. I gotta plug my phone in, you guys. I mean, it is plugged in. It's on the charger, but I gotta turn the light switch on. So I'll be right back. And also too, I don't know what happened to my, oh, there it is. So we're gonna be doing this for about an hour. So I'm gonna give some time for some more people to get on, and we're gonna answer some questions today. If you were on with us last week, we talked about healing, and we talked about indigenous healing, y'all. We're taking it back to the old school, taking it back to nature, taking it back to solutions that you can manage your own self, right? We are going to be responsible for our own wellness and our own healing. We're like, before we can heal the planet, before we can take care of others, before we can be the change, like, we have to take responsibility for our own wellness, right? Our own healing. So that's what we're talking about. So that's a series. It's ongoing, you guys. Living Sugar Free. That's the brand, in case you didn't know. Today, we're talking about servant leadership on the show. It's going to start at 4:20. It's going to be on the Stereo app. If you don't already have the Stereo app, you can go download that. But we'll be here for about an hour. We'll be answering questions. What does servant leadership have to do with healing, wellness? Everything, you guys. If you're not paying it forward and if you're not being the change, I would ask you why. And then when you answer me as to why, that's probably going to indicate something about your wellness as well. So if you are, having a hard time getting past trauma, in your life, if you're having a hard time managing with what's going on in the world, finding your place and all that kind of stuff, that's what we're talking about. Hey, my friend, y'all, it is the mayor of Tiny TikTok Town. Y'all, please go give her a follow. It is SDM_313. She's a sweetheart, you guys. Who else is on here with me? Oh, let me go plug this. So, servant leadership, what is it? So, if you're church folk, then you probably know the answer to what servant leadership is. You've probably studied it. If not, you might not have heard the phrase before, but we're not going to talk about it in terms of church folk. We're just going to use that term, and we're going to talk about in our world today. So when we start the show at 4:20, we are going to define, hi honey, we are going to define servant leadership. If you have something to add, if you have experience, I want you to definitely come join the stage and share with us. Y'all follow my honey T's 2 cents, please, and go show him some love on his page as well. We're going to do some lives, y'all. He agreed. He already told me we could do it. We're going to do the whole reality show live thing, like where we wake up on a Sunday or a Saturday morning and we turn the camera on and we get on TikTok live and we just stream and just let y'all see our day and how we're doing and what we're doing. Like, we're doing a couple of different things right now. We're going to be doing we're shopping right now, but then we're going to be doing some remodel decoration kind of stuff. And so y'all have, we have a lot of stuff to share. And we've kind of been through some ups and downs recently and dealt with some stuff. And y'all know me. If y'all know me, if you're like a living sugar-free sweetheart, when I'm quiet, it's probably because I'm trying not to tell some stuff. Y'all just know that's just how I am. Because when I talk very freely. I give examples freely. I don't do gossip or toothpaste. So if it happened, just know I'm going to tell it. If it's your business and it's not my business, I'm not telling it. But if it was my business and it had to do with you, I'm telling it. It's an example. It's part of my life. But if you don't want nobody to know it's you, just don't say nothing, because I'm not going to, tell your name or whatever. But I try to eat lessons before I share them with others. I try to digest the experiences and, heal and not be speaking from a place of bitterness. So a lot of times I won't get on the internet and talk about things immediately because I don't want to be pouring salt all over the world. You are responsible for the funk that you put in this world. And me getting on here talking about, oh, people suck and oh, man, don't nobody want to hear all that. Yes. Aw, thank you, big sissy. Y'all follow _simply Denise too. That's my big sister blood, y'all. Real blood sister. So let me tell y'all about my routine today, okay? I wash my face. If you don't already know, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see me washing my face and you can see the details about what I put on my face. It is a rose honey based skincare line, and I am actually doing the whole entire thing. I have a cleanser. It's a soapy cleanser. I don't like any other kind. I don't like creamy cleansers. If you have a skincare line and I never would get down with your products, it's because you got creamy cleansers, and I don't like that. To me, if my face is dirty, I'm not going to put cream on it. Like, I just don't even get that. Y'all folk who have dry skin, I'm not hating or anything. I'm just saying, for me, for my skin, the thought of putting cream on my face to clean it is... Anyway. So I love my soapy cleansers, but you guys, soap is sometimes bad for you. So you gotta have a soap that doesn't have lauryl sulfate and all those poisons and chemicals in them, right? So I got my soapy cleanser, and then I have a spray toner, and then I have a rejuvenating oil that I shake up, and I put like 5 drops in my hand, and then I do my moisturizer, my daily moisturizer. But it also comes with a night cream, which I've never had in my entire life and never would have thought that I would have wanted or needed, but it's not greasy. And I actually had the cream before I had the moisturizer because it came as part of a set, and I used it daily, and it didn't like make my face greasy or make me break out or anything like that. And people started saying my skin was glowing. So, like, I've used, you guys, over-the-counter products. I'm not going to say the name brand, but there's an over-the-counter product that is a quote-unquote in the natural categories. And they have, like, a oatmeal cleaner, and it actually has, like, a glowy little highlighter beads in it. And you wash your face, and people have been like, oh, are you glowing? And I'm like, no, it's my skin. But it's not the cleanser that makes you glow. It has, I mean, it's not the process that makes you glow. It has little highlighting beads in it. So that was cool, right? But this don't have no highlighter beads in it. It just makes your skin glow. And I think it's because it plumps everything, right? But I do have highlighter on my face. So yesterday, you guys, I did some makeup tutorials on YouTube. I like watch some Instagram makeup models, you know, the makeup artist people showing you how to beat your face, which I will not be doing, okay? Andrea will not be getting on here doing makeup tutorials, teaching you how to beat your face with this much makeup on it. That's not my lane. Don't desire for it to be my lane. It doesn't feel good on my skin when I do that, so I won't be doing that. However, I do recognize and realize that over the years, the way that I have done the highlighter thing is wrong. Y'all ain't never talked about me, but when I see myself, I'm like, that's not cute. And so I guess people are just nice to me. I don't know, because ain't nobody ever called me out and been like, or the people be hating, so y'all didn't tell me. I don't know which one it is, but people, now in person, y'all, I ain't talking about my sister, because in person, it don't look bad. It only looks bad on here. So if I'm sitting in front of a ring light on camera, I'm talking to y'all. Denise just got on TikTok, so she can't be held accountable for this. When you get in front of a ring light, if you don't have the right color highlighter, it turns gray. Not cute, you guys. So I didn't realize that the way I was doing my highlighter before, because I don't have bags and I don't have circles and I don't have dark spots. I just have sunken eyes. Little teeny tiny almond or whatever you call it, hooded eyes. You see, no eyelids, right? So you have to do all the techniques to try to get your eyeshadow on and make it not disappear. But then also, too, the eyes are deep set, right? Y'all, this is not self-criticism. I'm gorgeous. I know I am, y'all. I come from good genes. My mama is gorgeous and my big sister is gorgeous, so I must be gorgeous, too. I look just like them. Anyway, so when you get on camera, if you don't do something about it, your eyes will disappear. And it's so much so that like when I look at myself on video sometimes, I feel like I was doing this. Like, right? Like my eyes are huge, but they're not. It's just they pop because of doing certain things. So I'm going to tell y'all what I did. Today I didn't do the highlighter at all. That's why you can see my little lines. But what I did do was I did my bronzer exclamation point just down here, just right here, and just right here, and just right here, and right here, right? Huge difference. Okay, so I learned that when they put like the big pound of makeup on, like, right, because you put your foundation on, then you put highlighter on, because when you put foundation on, you take away your highlights, right? So then you put concealer on, excuse me. Y'all see this pimple I got right here. If I had concealer on, y'all wouldn't see that. So then you put concealer on. Now the concealer for my skin color, I just learned this too, needs to be like that orangey color, because the dark spots, that covers up that, right? So you put your foundation on, then you put the concealer on, then you put the highlighter on, then you put, y'all, I forget, it's a lot. It's like 3, 4, 5 stages, and I'm not the makeup artist. Y'all can ask Denise, she's in the chat. She'll tell you all the stages. And some of y'all know, because you have the cute little kits. If you click on my link and you go to the Lash Box, you can get one of those kits. Denise will tell you all about it on her page, where you have all of those different palettes in there. And you can paint by numbers, child. You could paint by numbers, girl. You put the highlighter right here in a triangle. You put it right here. You put it down your nose. You put it right. It's a paint by number. Like all faces are pretty much the same, and the sun falls on it pretty much the same. So it's a matter of whether, if you feel like you don't like your nose, or if you got dark circles, or if your forehead is too big for you, or if you want your lips to be larger, or if you want your cheekbones to appear higher. But for the most part, y'all, I got all that. I got high cheekbones. I got beautiful brown skin. My forehead is not that big. I have Asian shaped eyes already, which y'all call Asian shaped, but they're actually First Nation characteristic. But whatever, we're not going to go there today. So I have all those features already. So why are you going to mess with that if you already have that? Plus, my honey wouldn't like it too much. So all I did was I put my eyelashes on, of course, because, you know, we got to have our flutter. I did the little white light eyeshadow right here because it brightens your eyes up and makes you look more awake, right? And because my eyebrows need to be threaded like desperately, I highlighted my eyebrows. I went around my eyebrow with highlighter and filled in my eyebrows. Now check that out, how you can't even tell on camera. And I don't have foundation on the rest of my face. You see what I'm saying? Like normally you put all the foundation on and then you do all the highlights. I didn't do that. And I don't know if I'm breaking all the makeup artist rules, but it's me and it's my face and I'm in my house, so I can do whatever I want to do. So I just got my colors out and the stuff, I took what they said and I did it without putting a pound of makeup on my face because I just didn't want to. It's hot. It's 83 degrees out here in Southern California. I wasn't trying to do all that. So I've got my bronzer. Okay, I've got my, I don't have them with me. And then I wanted to show you guys after I finished my yummy soup, because my girl, I am Michael Keith, I think it is. She and I did a little video duet thing where we were talking about old school lipstick from back in the 90s. And I just take for granted some of the stuff that I do and that I have is just so awesome. I forget to share it. So I'm going to check these comments and I'm going to share it with y'all, my little lipstick hack. You've been teaching me that for years, girl. My sister is, she's the makeup artist in the family, but she doesn't realize that half the time she's talking over everybody's heads. It's way more rocket science than what she thinks it is. So I and Michael Keith was talking one day about ombre lips. Y'all, ombre is the thing now, right? Ombre hair, right? It ain't just two-tone no more. They call it ombre when it goes from one color to the next, right? So if your hair color grew out and you had your hair color three different shades and it grew out, you got ombre hair now, right? And that's the thing. You got to pay extra for ombre hair. So ombre lips is a thing now, apparently. I've been wearing my lipstick like this since I've been wearing lipstick. from MAC to Wet and Wild to Mary Kay to Avon to Maybelline to whatever, all the different lipsticks that I've worn over the years. I'm 50 now. We talking about probably about 30, 40 years now. All of the lipsticks that I've been wearing, it's a blur, y'all, this time period that I'm talking about. And it's hard to believe that I'm sitting here telling you I've literally been doing the same lipstick the whole time. Yes, I am that much of a square. I am that much of a nerd. I do the same stuff. Y'all, my playlist, my music playlist is old. The music on my playlist, every now and then I hear one and I add music to it. I've been listening to the same music for over 20, 30 years, okay? I got 50s songs on my playlist. Y'all, I wear Chuck Taylors and cowboy boots. I got Wrangler jeans, okay? Yes, I'm a square. Yes, once I find something that works, I stick with it. And if it worked back when I was 19 or 20 or 14, or if I liked it but I didn't get to do it then I'm doing it now, period. Okay, so I got Chuck Taylors and duck boots and all that kind of stuff, right? Oh, thank you. Hey, Miss Texas. Love you, girl. So anyway, I've been doing my lipstick like this forever. And I always buy the same color. I always have brown liner, vampy burgundy or darker than I am brown on the outside, and then some type of pale mauve, either beige or pink on the inside. Always. I don't care what brand it is. I don't care where I bought it. I don't care how much it costs. My lips, y'all can go look at all my old videos, pictures from before we had social media. My lipstick always looks like that. Okay? Apparently it's called ombre. I'm going to tell y'all how I do it. And I want to tell y'all about this awesome product because I take stuff for granted. I forget some of the really, really awesome things I have. You guys, this is an eyeliner. Or eyebrow, whatever. Which one is it? I don't even know. I don't even care. I don't care. The reason I don't care is because it's natural. It's Sabella. This is my brand that I tell y'all about. Anytime y'all ask me, oh, where'd y'all get that? Don't even bother. Just know that it's all this. And you can get the link in my bio. But when you go to the store and you buy whatever brown eyeliner pencil, it dries out your lips. It messes up. It messes with the texture. And I don't know about y'all, but I like my lips. I like my big old dark lips, okay? I take good care of them. That's why y'all always see me putting on chapstick. Chapstick comes from the same company. And I don't like for the edges of my lips to be burnt up and dry around here or bumpy. And that's what happens when you don't use good product. Or they be all cracked and chappy here. Somebody send my mama a text message and tell her to come on TikTok so she can stop texting me, please. Okay? So, I don't like all that. And that's why, that's really the only reason why over the years I've bought expensive lipstick. They had me at the department stores for a little while for that reason because that MAC lipstick didn't do that. But, like, they're expensive. So like you buy one, you're going to use it for the rest of your life until it runs out, right? So anyway, that's why I'm not bougie like that, you guys. That's the only reason I don't show y'all over-the-counter makeup is because it's not good for you. Okay, so I'm not going to be sugar-free and break y'all. And going to the grocery store is a pain in the neck. You can ask my newly head over heels twin flame lover, significant other, okay? This is new to him. Not that he didn't eat healthy before, but to the extreme of the way I do. It's annoying. It's annoying. It ain't just annoying to him. It's annoying to me, okay? Like, going through what you have to go through to eat the way you want to eat, when you eat like I do, it's not easy, okay? It's not easy. And so I'm not going to go through all of that and then slather garbage all over the outside of my body. Why would I do that? Like, why would I break my neck to eat healthy and then just rub whatever on the outside? Like, I'm not doing that, okay? So that's the only reason I don't share with y'all, like, cheap over-the-counter makeup. That is the only reason. Because up until I found out that they were putting gluten in it, that's what I used to use. I still have some left. As a matter of fact, I think I told y'all about my Maybelline Stay On lipstick that I love so much. It literally stays on all day. And I haven't thrown it away yet because it's just too damn good. If I have somewhere that I have to go that I'm not going to be able to reapply my lipstick, I will be wearing that lipstick. Okay? Because it's not going to kill me to wear it for one day. But for the most part, not even for the most part. Like ever, you guys, I ain't been nowhere in 3 years. I'm just saying if I do go somewhere, but I haven't been. Like I don't use anything else but this for that reason. Okay, so I wanted to establish that. So if you buy brown liner over the counter, it dries out this. And y'all, let's talk about the dry lip thing. Maybe you might be in here and you might be like, no, it doesn't. Well, if you live with Carmex in your pocket or chapstick, yes, it does. That's why you live with Carmex and chapstick in your pocket, because the makeup that you're applying to your face is drying out your lips and other things. So that's why I don't use those, okay? But if you have a brown liner, same concept, whatever brown liner that you use, y'all, back in the day, we used to have the little red pencil liner, and then your auntie and them would have it, and then they would sharpen it, and then they would put a lighter to it because it was garbage, and you had to heat it up just to get it to come off on your skin good, okay? But this is what we did, and this is what that video is about, that she did, and then I duetted her. Okay, so this is how I do my lipstick. I'm gonna read my comments right quick first. Thank you. Hey, dead girl. Hey, Autistic Commando, you always just passing through. What you up to? It's a family affair. You're not getting off here to text her. Yeah, Joe, text mom and tell her that I'm live, please. Gluten, yes. Oh, I don't really wear makeup much because it messes with my skin now. I know why, girl. Don't you just feel like attacked? Like, it hurts my feelings for you. I don't have celiac disease. I don't know if you're just allergic or if you have that. That is a really extreme version of gluten allergy. They call it an autoimmune disease, but in reality, y'all are poisoning people out here with this wheat. It's not anything wrong with the person. It's something wrong with the wheat, and people just can't process it. Some people can just process it a little bit better than others, but none of us is processing it well. Some people have celiac disease, but some people have all kind of other diseases like leaky gut and irritable bowel syndrome, and it's due to gluten, and they don't even know it, and the doctors aren't telling them. Just FYI, throwing that out there. If you haven't seen What's the Matter with Wheat, y'all go watch that documentary. They'll tell you all about it scientifically. But I didn't know that in the time that we have discovered celiac disease and found out that everybody's allergic to gluten, what they've also done is made so much wheat. It's such a commodity now that they got an excess of it that they have to use it in everything because it's so cheap. That means all your lotion got gluten in it too. Your face wash, your lotion, your shampoo, everything. If it doesn't say gluten-free on it, it has gluten in it. And even if it says gluten-free, they might be lying. So you have to go check and make sure that you can actually trust the source. This is why it's so important to know who you're buying stuff from. If the company is not legit, if the company doesn't have a good reputation for holistic wellness products, you can't believe them. So if you are allergic to gluten and you are having any type of reaction, even though you eat right, and you're like, I'm not eating the stuff, I don't understand why I'm still sick, just check your products. Check your products. And no, they don't have wheat as an ingredient. They don't have to tell you that, sadly. Okay? So this is why the wellness journey, this is why you'll notice the company that I use with all of my stuff. I don't spray bleach and Lysol. I don't use that foolish, where they was having people with skin falling off from the hand sanitizer like during the pandemic. I didn't have that problem. So click the link in my bio. And if you're not convinced, Google the lung study. There was a 30-year lung study done to tell everybody the impact of Lysol and bleach. And after this pandemic is over, most humans are going to have upper respiratory infection, bronchitis, if not asthma, because y'all been swilling bleach and Lysol this whole time. And Candida, sugar and dairy, combined with bleach and Lysol is a recipe for disaster. Okay? So when you're struggling, just know why, you guys. If you're wheezing, if you're not being able to sleep, if you're waking up in the middle of the night with phlegm and all, just know why, y'all. You got to stop with the sugar and dairy, and you got to stop with the gluten, and you got to stop with the bleach and Lysol. Okay? Okay, enough about that. Oh, bless your heart, Lovey. I understand. You are so very welcome, my love. Oh, girl, I forgot all about that. Never mind how long they done had the products on the shelf in the store before you get to them. Never mind the fact that they're required to have. Anyway, if you have questions, dead girl, you reach out to us. Reach out to Denise. Reach out to me. Come join us on the Stereo app. We talk about this every single day. Every single day we talk about it. I was dying, and I gave up sugar and dairy, and that set me on this wellness journey. And I'm telling it all, because it doesn't make sense that I should be 50 years old and be a disabled veteran, but I'm healthier and in better shape and happier than people half my age. It doesn't make sense that the same thing is true for my older sister and my mother. Me, my older sister, and my mother, all three of us, are healthier and in better shape than most people who are half our age. That doesn't make any sense. And it hasn't always been the case. I was born sick. Like, I didn't get to go home from the hospital because I was sick. I had to stay in the hospital for like 6 months. I had pneumonia. I was sick for the first half of my life. For the first 20 years of my life, I was sick as a dog. My sister has allergies. She's like deathly allergic to pollen, but it doesn't even bother her like it used to. So yeah, all of this is real. Real. My mother has 7 siblings, and they're all overweight and sickly, but she's not. Okay? Just saying. Yes, girl. Yes. Right? Because even if the store, right? The store might have just got it and they don't mean no harm and whatever, but how long was it in the warehouse? Right. Oh, my pleasure. Hey, Joji. What y'all doing? All right, so the lipstick trick, you guys. You can do this with whatever brown liner. Y'all go follow her too. If you're not following, I am Michael Keith. Follow her too. Tell her I sent you. Check out that video. It's on my page too. But you can do this with any brown liner. And you guys, if you're not as dark as I am, or if you're darker than I am, just adjust it, right? If you're lighter than I am, find a lighter shade of brown. If you're darker than I am, probably use this, or probably use black, right? Or deep burgundy. Same, you guys. Sometimes I switch it up and I don't do brown and tan. Sometimes I switch it up and I do burgundy and pink. Same concept, okay? You guys, look at that. Look at that. Anybody want to challenge me as to why I'm putting eyeshadow or brow pen, whatever it is, I don't even know, I don't care, on my lips? I didn't used to go outside my line, but y'all got my lips looking small now. Everybody out here overlining their lips, making my lips look all small. I need for y'all to stop. Like, I done had the biggest lips forever, but now my lips ain't even big no more. Now I gotta overline so I can catch up with y'all over-exaggerated lips. Stop. I like my soup coolers. Brown, y'all. Like, lip liners suck. Usually they got like 5 or 6 colors and they're never dark enough. Never. And I get it. I think that the makeup companies don't feel like why should we make a brown lip liner? We just made a brown eyeliner. Go use that. I really think that that's what they're saying. I really do. Because even if you've ever found a brown lip liner, it's not as dark as the eyeliner is. And they would have to say, oh, well, we didn't really make it for dark skinned people in order to have any type of excuse as to why that's the case. It must be what I'm saying. It must be that they didn't make a lip liner that brown like that because they already had an eyeliner. Because certainly it's not because they just were like, oh, we don't need a dark one because we're not making our makeup for dark skinned people, right? That's not it. That's definitely not it, right? It's because, just use the eyeliner. Now, normally I don't do this. Why? Because it's been a really long time since I've had a tan lip gloss this thick and colorful. Y'all remember they used to make a glass, that expensive one at Macy's, right? The lip glass. That's what I used to use. And it was in a little tube, and you would squeeze it out onto your lips. And you could put your brown liner on. Some people were even doing black at the time. You could put your brown or your black liner on, and then you would put that gloss on, and then you would do this, and it would just, like, just glossy lips. You just come at a mile away, you just see glossy lips, right? It's been a long time since I had anything like that because I don't buy that anymore. But this, y'all, it's Elements. It's called Elements or something. It's a limited edition one. So I'm about to order me another one, and then y'all, you're gonna miss it. But this, like, I also have this. This is our regular one. Oh, I didn't even bring the right color. This is a dark one. I'm not putting this one on. This is the dark one. Okay, we also have this, and I have this in this same color, but this is our everyday, lip gloss, and it works great, and it stays on, and it moisturizes your lips, and it feels good. And you guys, for those of you who like lip plumpers, they have a lip plumper too. But this one is thicker, and the color is darker. Okay, you might ask yourself why I got both of them, because I wanted to know that. This one is thicker, and the color is darker. It's a little bit richer. It's more like a lipstick. Okay, but that's how you do it. Ombre lips. Now, if I was doing it with my lipsticks, like I said, I would have put the brown on, just underneath, a little bit over top of the liner, brown or either dark burgundy. And then I would have put my lipstick, it's called, I forgot. Denise, do you know what that lipstick is called that I wear all the time? So, y'all, I don't even have a pair of glasses next to me. So, this one is called... Don't know. Can't read it. Yeah, sorry. I'll tell y'all later. But it's the tan color. It's like usually toffee. Goddess. That's what it's called. How did I forget that? Yeah, my lipstick is called Goddess. The one that y'all always see me wear. I always put this brown liner on. Okay. And then I always put some type of dark, either burgundy or brown on the outside. And I always put this beigey tan in the center. It's called Goddess. Same brand, same company. This is how I get my ombre lips. And I've been doing it, and nobody taught it to me. And it's kind of like a paint by numbers kind of thing, or like a doing music by sight or by ear kind of thing. I just saw the look and I liked it, and I started doing it. I was always jealous of white women who had on lipstick and their lips were the same color as their skin. Like truly, truly, it looked like skin color lips, but you could tell they had on lipstick. And I felt like they never made one like that for my color. So I started 25, 30 years ago making my own. I started 25, 30 years ago intentionally making it look like, the pale inside of the lip, a little bit darker to the outside. That was what my intention and my goal was. That's what I was doing. And I'm still doing it to this day. And it's called ombre apparently now. But you do it according to your skin color and how you want your lips to look, right? Hee hee, unicorn. Oh, this one you talking about? Yeah, Goddess, uh-huh. Oh, thank you. How much time I got? Oh, y'all, it's only 3:36. Why is time going by so slow? Oh, because I calmed down and smoked before I got on here. Y'all, normally, oh, if you've been with me for a long time, you have noticed the changes. But normally, y'all, I be chilling. I might get on here at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 1. I might come on at like 10 or noon when I get myself together, and then might get off and come back later on or whatever. But y'all, I'm in a whole different state on the other side of the country from where I normally am. Okay, so I'm a little thrown off. If y'all notice, I'm back in my onesie. Y'all notice, y'all have not seen this onesie for 6 months probably almost. Did anybody even notice? Nobody even said, oh my God, Andrea, we haven't seen you wearing your Aria Latner onesie in forever. What is going on? Nobody said that. Y'all didn't even notice. But y'all, it's called being on the go and not being at home and not being comfortable. So guess what? I'm back in my Aria Latner onesie. What does that mean? That means I'm more comfortable. I'm more settled. I'm more at home. That's what that means. I don't feel like I'm on the go. I'm getting settled, right? So being on this shift, it's had me like in a sort of a go, go, go mode, right? So it's funny because we were on the Geritano house a couple of weeks ago, I guess, and somebody was saying how different it is when we're on the Geritano house at night on Thursday nights than it is in the morning when we're on the morning drive. And I'm like, yeah, it's 3 different flavors. You get one flavor on the morning drive. You get a different flavor on the Living Sugar-Free Lifestyle show, which is at 4:20. And then you get a whole different flavor on the Geritano house, which is at 8 o'clock at night. And the reason that you have different flavors on all 3 of those shows is because they're at different times. In the morning, like, we just woke up. People are getting ready for work. People are in the car traveling. We probably have barely had breakfast, and we have definitely not smoked. So what you have is focused, on point, handle the business, get it done, da-da-da-da-da, right? The 420 show, we've smoked maybe, but the pressure of the day is still there. Like, we've worked, we might be just getting off work, we might be sitting in traffic, we might, I might be going. I'm saying we, right? Y'all know I don't do the 9 to 5 thing, and I barely leave the house. It's not, but it's still a go, go, go. It's classes and talks and events and meetings, and it's go, 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 right? So by 4:20, I may not have just smoked. And if you've been on my page since I've been accumulating these 60,000 followers, y'all know good and doggone well I do this right here all the time. Why do I do that? Because I'm grown and I can do what I want to do, and I'm not pretending. Y'all, if you haven't researched the endocannabinoid system, please Google it. Like, today, you are doing yourself and everybody that you care about a huge disservice if you are out here keeping up with all of the stressors of the world, if you are out here trying to maintain your wellness, if you are out here dieting and you don't know about your endocannabinoid system and why they've kept you in the dark about it. Good for you, girl. You just made my day by saying that. You made my day. Hey, pretty lady. So good to see you always. I love you. That's my girl. Y'all follow her too. All of y'all follow each other. We've got issues. Dead Girl, Simply Denise, T's 2 Cents, Miss Texas Bound. She's driving, y'all, but she'll get back to y'all later. I know she will. She's a sweetie pie too. Y'all all follow each other. Autistic Commando. Everybody follow each other. I definitely want my people following each other because, y'all, it's rough out here in these TikTok streets. We're not going to talk about it, but just know that I'm aware, okay? We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to do gossip, but just know that I'm aware, okay? I'm aware. It's rough out here in these TikTok streets. But that's why we have the Living Sugar-Free Lifestyle show at 4:20. It's my most blatant, obvious way that I could say it. Because They will get you kicked off TikTok. Like right now, if I pull out my vape, which is perfectly legal, okay? You don't know what's in that. It could be a nicotine vape, which is perfectly legal. But even if it's a CBD vape, that too is legal. Delta 9, Delta 8, also legal. And this is in all states, but in my state, even if it's THC, that's legal too. And that's my business and I'm grown. But it doesn't matter because people will get you kicked off of your TikTok live if you do it on camera. So just don't. Don't smoke and don't drink on camera. Okay? Just don't do it. They will get you kicked off your live. And it's fine that they're wrong, and it's fine that you can get it back, and it's fine that you can appeal, but ain't nobody got time for all that. So just do it off camera. Girl, me neither. Listen, when I first injured my back, they tried to make me take this is a long time ago. This is over 20 years ago, so the same drugs aren't the same, you guys. But back then it was Tylenol with codeine, what else was it? Oh, I forgot what it's called. Anyway, they tried to give them all to me, and I was like, I'm not taking that. No, thank you. I'm not taking it. And I used to be in a lot of pain, you guys. I didn't take it, but I still had a lot of pain. I had a lot of back pain. I've experienced a lot of back pain over the years. And I've done a lot of stuff. I've gone to physical therapy. I've done the massage. I've done the acupressure, not acupuncture. I've never had acupuncture. Thank God I don't need it anymore. But I would try it if I needed it. But I've done everything, right? That is why the Living Sugar-Free Journey, right? Because I discovered that the candida and the buildup from the sugar and dairy causes inflammation in your body, and you can heal from a lot of stuff, you guys. We can heal from anything. The human body is amazing. And the human body is even more amazing than we ever knew before, like the past 2 years. They've been lying to us. Intentionally or not, I don't know. But research epigenetics and look up Bruce Lipton. If you come on over to Stereo App, we'll talk more about that. But the human body is absolutely amazing, and I don't care what it is that you're dealing with, you don't have to suffer. And if you want to know more, just stay close and hang out with us a little bit more. We'll point you in the direction. You have another order coming on Friday thanks to me. Wait. What you mean? What you talking about? What I miss? What, huh? What you talking about, girl? What kind of order? Do tell. Tell us. Joe is my Ed McMahon. Come on, Joe. I love it. I bet you Joe would make a bomb co-host. No, girl, I don't do dairy at all. Dairy is more important to cut out than sugar. And for those of y'all listening who you was talking about me, my friend, but what kind of order? You said you have another order coming on Friday, thanks to me. What kind of order? Girl, you know I'm slow. You got to break it down for me because I be doing too much. Yeah, girl. Okay, so, and it's not easy, sweetie. It's not easy. So don't think that I'm saying this haphazardly. But long story short, and I talk more about this on the actual podcast, please do. I would be so honored if you come join us and come on stage with us. It's an audio app. You don't have to get on video. It's audio only. It's kind of like Clubhouse. We talk. But 20 years ago, my brother-in-law, my sister's ex-husband, okay, has multiple sclerosis. And he was researching candida. And I caught wind of it. And I went off head first, off the deep end. He didn't, right? And so I gave up. They advised that you give up sugar and dairy for 6 months, and I did it. 6 months cold turkey, no sugar, no dairy. But that means if you're going to do that, that means you don't even eat fruit, okay? Yeah, like no salad dressing, no vinegar, no nothing. Because you have to kill the candida. Candida is the bacteria that is living in most humans that is causing most of the illnesses and ailments or hindering you from being able to heal from other things. Once you kill off that candida, I just had an apple today. I eat an apple a day because I love apples, and I'm back on the West Coast, and I've got my crunchy apples like I used to eat when I was a kid. So we eat apples like every day. We eat oranges. We eat fruit. Okay. I eat my salad dressing, you guys, has apple cider vinegar in it. Y'all know I don't fool with that. Y'all don't, but I'm not a fanatic. Like, if I want a salad, I'm gonna eat a salad and I'm gonna eat some salad dressing. Guess what? Next week I might feel like eating a cheeseburger and I'm gonna eat one. It's not gonna kill me. Because again, the human body is amazing. And if you're regularly doing everything you need to do, you can eat a piece of chocolate and it's not gonna be the end of the world. Matter of fact, you're not gonna eat the whole bag like you used to because you're not addicted anymore, right? Guess what? Sometimes when I'm on my cycle, I want Hershey's drops and I get them and I eat them and I eat the whole bag and I enjoy it and I savor it because they melt in your mouth. And then I move on with my life and I don't eat anymore again until I get a wild craving and I want them again. This morning on the morning drive, this stereo was glitching. So I had to host, right? And so out of the blue, my brain just had me do this thing. I was talking about how I used to have wheezing and how something I tell people all the time now and I forget. I go, there's nothing. Back in the day, you would have heard all kind of gurgling. I probably would almost choke to death just doing that. Or even y'all people who smoke. When you cough now, people go, is that corona or chronic? Everybody's laughing. But even regardless of what it is, whether it's corona or chronic, whether it's allergies or whatever, when you cough, and I rarely ever do, you guys, I rarely ever cough because I don't know why. I guess I got lungs of steel. I don't know. After having pneumonia as a child, I don't know. But also, too, I think maybe I just don't quite hit it that hard. But if I do cough, because sometimes I go overboard to do it on purpose because I want to just to see, right? But when you cough, you should cough and then be done with it. Even if you're in the house and it's real toasty warm and you go outside and it's freezing cold, temperature-induced allergies, you start sneezing. Exercise-induced allergy is a thing. Chemical, some paint fumes, all these things can cause you to cough or sneeze or whatever. You should cough, sneeze, and move on. If it lingers and the cough make you feel like you're about to choke to death and something's stuck in there and you're coughing for 20 minutes, or if you just can't stop sneezing or it turns into post-nat, there's something else going on. That's not just an allergy, period. Allergies are not what make people miserable during the spring. It's candida that has people. Then the allergy comes and it makes them sneeze, but they can't get past it because they're infested with candida and mucus, and it comes out in your eyes, you guys. It comes out for women. It comes out in the form of yeast infections, you guys. For men, it comes out in the form of jock itch and athlete's foot. You guys, some people... Apologies. Can't even sneak in the door with her big old mouth. Goodness gracious. For some people, it comes out in the form of like pimples and blackheads. Y'all, all the white pussy stuff that comes out your body is due to candida, period. And then the stuff that's in your body that's like poisoning your body that they want to cut on you to get out of you, don't let them cut on you. Don't let them cut on you. Because it's not supposed to be leaking into the rest of your body. That's why they have people who get cut on and then it comes back. Like, change your life before you let them cut on you, right? Change your diet. Like, go extreme off the deep end. Go sit outside in the woods and meditate and align your chakras and do everything holistic that you can do before you let them cut on you. Just try it and see. What do you have to lose, right? Ah! We've got issues. I get it now. Girl. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Yes. Okay. You guys, microdosing is so important. It is so important. Get you some hemp seed extract in your food. Get you some hemp milk. Y'all, almond milk is great. Oat milk is great, but get you some hemp milk. Okay. Microdosing is everything, you guys. Go to the store. If you smoke cigarettes and you're trying to give them up, go to the store and buy. All smoke shops have these, okay? Everywhere where they sell cigarettes and tobacco products and like regular tobacco cigarillos, they sell this. Find the ones that are made out of hemp and that are filled with hemp. Dump the hemp out into a jar and keep it. And roll your own hemp cigarettes. Get some hemp papers or some hemp wraps and keep you the jar of hemp. They cost like $1.50, and they come 2 and 3 in a pack. So by the time you dump them out and fill up a jar, you'll have a whole jar full of hemp for $3, you guys. So dump the hemp out, save the hemp, and roll your own hemp cigarettes. Microdosing, you guys. Y'all, Delta 8 is legally only allowed to have 0.03% THC in it. Y'all, that's still THC. Terpenes and cannabinoids have healing properties. THC is just what's gotten popular, you guys. They make it like, oh, everybody's just trying to do drugs and get high, right? But actually, there's a lot of people out here who have mental illness and physical illness and neurodiversities and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the only reason we can function is because of endocannabinoids, because of our endocannabinoid system, and because of cannabinoids and terpenes. Okay? Opioids were killing people. That's why they stopped letting people take them, you guys. But y'all, even opioids, they've been doing opioids for centuries, you guys. This just Big Pharma took it and turned it into a poison. Y'all, there's a lot of natural drugs that are found, right, laying out in the yard, in the woods, that humans have been using for centuries, for healing, for physical healing, for mental healing. But we went and demonized all of it so that you would have to go to the doctor. That's why they were burning people at the stake, y'all, back in the day, because they wanted us to not practice our alchemy. Okay? They don't want you taking control of your own wellness. Yeah, girl, the fruit was the hardest part. The fruit was hard. But for that 6 months, you're just going to eat meat and vegetables. That's it. Y'all, and guess what? Y'all, vegetables have sugar. Y'all, I can see the smart alecky troll in the background just chomping at the bit, waiting to say, well, vegetables have sugar too. Yes, they do. You are correct. But vegetables don't have enough sugar to feed the candida, where you're not going to be able to kill off the candida. Okay? Meat and vegetables and grains, right? 6 months. Try to stay away from processed foods. Oatmeal, is good, but eat the plain oatmeal, right? And try to get some holistic kind of oatmeal. Once you start adding all that other stuff in there, you're back to the sugar, right? But try just at least for that 6 months not to do a lot of stuff that comes in the box, because you don't know what they're putting in there. Ice cream. Y'all, I got some non-dairy ice cream in the freezer right now. I haven't eaten it yet, though, because the first couple of days that we got it, I think the refrigerator was broke. We had to get a new refrigerator. Something happened, and it was all soft and soggy, so I haven't eaten it yet, because the thought of eating ice cream that has melted down to be like a milkshake is like, ew. So when you're trying some non-dairy ice cream for the first time, I was like, I'm not going to eat that, because if it's disgusting, I'm going to be mad, and it might be because it melted. So let me wait and let it, get frozen back, which even now it might be nasty, but I'm going to give them a chance. T's and B's. Hey, brother, how are you? Scroll up. We got a lot of family in the house. I want y'all to all get connected. Simply Denise, T's and B's. Dead Girl, T's and B's. We've got issues. I think y'all know each other. T's 2 cents. You go, girl. Now, Dead Girl, don't you forget. You get an A for effort. And you need to always give yourself an A for effort, because giving yourself an A for effort will be the extra positive energy. It's the higher vibration that you need to stay in a frequency of healing, right? As opposed to staying in a frequency of blame and fear. Right? We want to stay in a frequency of healing and trust, right? So you want to give yourself a pat on the back, because you get an A for effort. So even if you miss it a day, even if you fall off, even if you whatever, we don't want to get caught up in that. It's not that serious, okay? Every effort is going to make a difference in your life. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Yep. Acai. Is that a brand name? ACAI? Is that a brand name, Lovey? Or are you saying acai as in it's made with acai? Name a high? Where'd you come from out of the blue, dropping knowledge and telling the truth? Like that is my literal phrase, catchphrase. I say it all the time. Meat and vegetables. Simple. Like, because people always, you guys, it's like if you have kids, then you know this, right? Or if you've been a teacher, then you know this. It's like talking to a kid and they don't really want to do something. They go on and on and on, acting like they don't understand what you're saying. They act like what you're explaining to them is so hard. But in reality, they just don't want to do the thing. And kids, like, are innocent, so they don't really know how obvious they look sometimes, right? But y'all adults look equally as obvious to me sometimes. Like, I'm looking at people sometimes, and you can tell, y'all, I got a TikTok video on here that says when people argue with you, it's not that they really don't think that what you're saying is true. It's that what you're saying challenges their unwillingness to change. Y'all, that's a real thing. And so, you guys, this is why we have to focus on consciousness right now, because the world is changing very rapidly. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's very chaotic, and it's not good, some of it. And so if we don't want to be caught up in all of that, and if we don't want to, I mean, it's happening around us. We can't ignore it. We're not going to not care, but it doesn't mean we have to let it control us, right? And if we're going to take the high road, if we're going to rise above situations and be the change and remain effective, and actually be servant leaders in the midst of all of this foolishness, we are going to have to take responsibility for our own wellness, period. We cannot leave it up to other people, and we cannot just believe whatever other people tell us. We just can't. Okay? So, and that goes for me too. Don't just believe whatever I say. I mean, you can look at me and tell that I'm not lying. Come on. You can go back on my social media for the 15 years I've been on the internet, and you can follow my journey, and you can see that I'm telling the truth. You can follow my big sister's journey, who has 4 children that are grown adults, and you can see her journey and progress. You can look at her husband, who only has 1 leg because they tried to take him out when he was in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And you can see that I'm not lying, you guys. We are the proof of what I'm saying. Okay, that's why we decided we wanted to be the change. It's so much easier to help people and to show people how to do stuff and to get people to change when you just do it first. And now I kind of like, with a little bit of attitude, I say it some type of way. Like, don't believe me. I don't care. Like, I did it for me. The fact that I'm sharing it with others is just my reasonable service. Like, I have to. I'm not right if I don't share it. But I'm not going to lose sleep if you don't believe me. So I'm delivered from like having to argue with people or feeling some type of way if people don't take my advice. Yeah, it makes me sad. It makes me sad to look at my news feed and see all the people that I know that are sick that didn't listen. It makes me sad to have people that I know that are close to me, y'all. It's a real trauma in my life that I have gone to people's houses and dumped their vitamin D milk out in their refrigerator, and they got mad, and some of them aren't living anymore. That's real trauma in my life. So I had to be delivered from all of that. I had to be healed from feeling guilty, right? Like it's my fault that somebody killed themselves because they wouldn't listen, right? I had to be healed from, right? Feeling like everybody always has to listen to you. Who am I? I'm not anybody. This life isn't for everybody anyway. Just because I want somebody to live forever doesn't mean they're going to. Who am I? Everybody don't have to listen to me. You see, I had to heal from all of those things so that I could be free to just tell the truth and shame the devil and don't care. So that's where we are now. That's where we are now. Yes, just eat meat and vegetables. Okay, Samboza and y'all is name brand. They make an acai sorbet that's non-dairy. That sounds delicious. Aw, thank you, dead girl. All right, y'all. We got 15 minutes. What time is like going so slow? Have y'all seen that video I did with, It's Our Time to Be Free and Oyster Rock Girl. It's a duet chain. And it's somebody called 911 and it's a news report. And it says people are in an uproar and irate because this police officer has not been brought up on charges. And then it plays the tape. He's calling 911 and he's saying, me and my wife somehow, I think we got some, I can't remember how he called it, but some kind of way they got some cannabis in their system. He was claiming he didn't know how they got, somebody slipped it to him. He didn't know how they got it, but I think we're dying, he says. My heartbeat is going, I think we're dying. I think I'm dead, he says. Time is going really, really, really slow.
There was a cop that stole it, that took it off.
Yeah, he took
it. And they baked brownies.
That was the truth. But at first, at the beginning, he did try to say he didn't know how they got it. But then when the story really came out, he had that's why they were mad, because he didn't get brought up on charges because he arrested somebody, took their cannabis, and then took it home, and him and his wife baked it into some brownies. That's what you get. He said, I think we're dead. That joke is so hilarious. If you have not seen that video, you have got to go watch that video. I promise you, it would have you crying. But yes, that's how you make time go slower, y'all. Everybody got the same 24 hours in a day, and that's how you make time go slower. Imagine that. That's how you make time go slower. That is why our ancestors weren't all, panicky, stress, I gotta get there, everybody hurry up. It was, that's why our ancestors wasn't like that. Y'all, our ancestors weren't just in horse and buggies and chariots and, pick and axe and, stone age. No, our ancestors, y'all, had advanced technology. Ain't nobody figured that out yet. I'm gonna need for y'all to go read some books, some actual books, some real books, some ancient books. Y'all, how y'all think they built the pyramids? Like, our ancestors had really, really advanced technology. Some of the technologies that our ancestors had, we're just now catching up to. Do y'all know that they have found computer chips? Like ancient computer chips? Like way down in the sediment, like way under the rock in the crevices, way down there, they done found stuff that looks like our computer chips. The reason they walked in balance is because they was smoking weed. And a whole bunch of other stuff too, probably. Okay? And then we had the bright idea to come up with war on drugs so that we could make a whole bunch of money off of tobacco and timber and cotton and the medical industry as a whole, okay? Monsanto and all of that bunch of foolishness. You guys, from healing the earth and improving topsoil to feeding animals that are starving to rebalancing our Earth's ecological system, you guys. Endocannabinoid systems are in everything, you guys. Like, we raped the Earth of a major, necessity. We just wiped it out and erased it. And then told people that something that's major that they need to function and flow is now illegal, and there's something wrong with you if you do it. That's what we did as a society. And so now that the tide has changed, and now that there are 52, how many states we got? 51, 52, 50, no, there's the territories. Anyway, in these 50 United States here, okay, I'm going to need for y'all to care about the fact that some states get to do something for their medical wellness and mental health, and other states don't. I'm going to need y'all to care about that, right? That's why we have a constitution, because if it's unconstitutional for you, then it's also unconstitutional for me, period. You see? So how is it fair that I get to legally medicate for my back injury and you don't? How is that fair? How is that, what kind of human rights are those? It grows naturally wild some places, you guys. The only reason it's not growing in the woods across the street from your house is because they cut it down and destroyed it. I'm gonna need for y'all to care about this, like for your own benefit. Seriously. And it's legal now all over the place. And the federal government is making billions of dollars off of the taxes from these states where it's legal. But how come y'all's new wonderful Democratic president and vice president who cares so much about people like me haven't just fixed it? What they doing? No, seriously, somebody please tell me what they're doing. If they're doing anything worthwhile, somebody please tell me. People keep telling me that they're going to. People keep telling me that they talked about it, but what's taking them so long? People are dying. People are sick. Did y'all know they came out with a study in Oregon that said that there's a strain of THC that combats and keeps coronavirus from attaching itself to you? Why the whole world didn't stop right then and there and all eyes turned to that, to let's go check that out and see if it's true? How come? Because they don't want y'all to slow the world down. They want y'all to stay frazzled and chaotic and fearful so that you won't have time to catch your breath and handle your business and take care of you and get ahead of this foolishness and stop buying whatever garbage they sell you, hook, line, and sinker. You have a great day too, sweetheart. Thank you so much for... Y'all, she at work. Thank you so much. I love you. That girl. Yes. And if you want to talk more about ancestry and the ancients, you definitely need to come hang out with us in the mornings. We do ancestry research, but we've also been reading the Federalist Papers, y'all, on the morning drive on Denise's show. And y'all, if you have never read the Federalist Papers, and if you've never read the Federalist Papers as an adult, you need to go read them. It's like, did any of our politicians read these? Yeah. Yeah. It was created to be powered by the people, but it's the other way around. But y'all, I don't necessarily know. I don't know. I wasn't there, and I can't prove it. And I'm trying not to worry about it too much because it's really none of my business and it's irrelevant. Like what we need to be focused on and where we need to be going as a people, focusing on healing and wellness and being a change and love. This other thing, it has nothing to do with that. I'm just curious, as I'm doing all this research and getting to the bottom of a lot of things that are hijacks and confusions that they have kept up with. Y'all know my latest posts on TikTok have been a little bit controversial. But people who have a problem with us getting to the bottom of our Native American ancestry can kick rocks. People who have a problem with me telling people that my ancestors were not slaves, my ancestors were Native American and colonizers, and they weren't white. People who have a problem with that can kick rocks. I'm telling the truth, okay? The people who were here who don't want you to know the truth of families like mine, they look like us. They're sellouts. They got paid off to keep y'all in the dark, okay? So their job is to keep us fighting, okay? Keep us angry, and to make all black people feel like we need to go back to Africa and we sitting around waiting on reparations because we were slaves. And it's just not true. They want us to believe that so that we don't go and look at who we really are and what it is we're really supposed to be doing so that we won't help usher in this new age because it's our job. To whom much is given, much is required. I'm not saying, and that's the problem. When people start talking that original man shit, First Nation shit, listen to what the rest of what they're saying. Because if they're about anything, and if they truly are First Nation people, if they truly are coming and repping the ancestors, the rest of what they say will be about what we need to do and what we're responsible for and how we need to get to work and how we're going to be the change. The purpose of that information is not to just beat people over the head and be like, oh, well, my ancestors were here before yours and I was here. We the original man and all that. If you see people talking that, run. They don't mean you no good. They don't mean nobody no good. That's ego and pride. And that's not what we're supposed to be doing. That's not what our ancestors wanted us to be doing. And I even allow people to get me caught up and forget that when people come, especially people who look like us, come over here talking about, oh, you don't want to, you hate being black. You hate black people. You hate Africa. But no, we're just standing on the truth. Like, what you're saying can be true, and what I'm saying can be true. They can both be true. And the only reason that you would care about whether what I'm saying is true or not is if you have a vested interest in helping to keep up the hijack. And I'm confused about why. What did they give you? What difference does it make to you if I'm Native American or if my ancestors were African slaves? Why do you care? Why is it so important to you to prove me wrong? I'm going to need for y'all to open your eyes and read. I've been telling y'all about Kurameo for quite a while. If y'all have not followed Kurameo, if you have not supported Kurameo yet, I unfollowed old dude, y'all. The dude that I made that video on the other day telling people that they're not Native American, I unfollowed him. I have other people that I'm friends with who are allies who don't know that we're Native American and European, and I haven't unfollowed them. And they're still talking about slavery and this and that and the other, but I didn't unfollow them because they weren't disrespectful. I'm not saying that anybody else's reality is not true. I'm not telling anybody else that their ancestors weren't slaves. I know some people came from Africa and they were slaves. I know that, but we weren't all. When Governor Northam, the governor of Virginia, publicly said the first 20-some-odd black people that first got off the boat here were not slaves, the whole entire world lit that man up. All of y'all's black exploitation, angry people roasted him. You can Google it. He was telling the truth. And who would know better than the governor of Virginia? Like, if you're not from Virginia and you came against that man, like, how stupid do you look? He got all the books, y'all. Like Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, all of them and them, they got all the books in Virginia. So why would you argue with the governor of Virginia about what happened in Virginia at the beginning of the colonies? Like, what is wrong with y'all? But if the sensationalist black people said, y'all just run after them hook, line, and sinker and call people like me sellouts. And I think they call us dust bunnies and some other bunch of foolishness. Because you can't stand the fact that I'm telling you that I wasn't a slave. And if you're an ally, if you're white and you have a problem with me telling you that I wasn't a slave, I'm really looking at you like this. Like, why are you so upset by this information, ally? So I'm going to need for y'all to, here's an assignment for you. Don't take my word for it. If what I'm saying is new information for you, TikTok family, I'm going to leave you with this. If you're not coming over to stereo with us in 2 minutes, okay? If you're not coming over there with us because you're not convinced yet, go do your research, okay? Whether you're a Christian or whether you believe that Christianity is a hijack, right? The oppressor's religion, regardless of whether which one of them two things you believe, go and read the Honorable Drew Ali, okay, the Moorish Society, and Marcus Garvey. Go read about them. Find out who Marcus Garvey was friends with during his time period. Find out when he got arrested, who got him out of jail. Find out why all his people turned on him at the time. Go read they have a Quran, a version of the Quran within the Moorish Society. And it was written by this Drew Ali guy. Go read it. Pull it up on your computer, on your browser, and put the search bar on and search David and search Joshua. And find out how that man felt about David and Joshua. Now, Christians, when you read what he said about David and Joshua, then you're going to know why you don't have no business fooling around with them. You cannot be a Christian and be over there with them at the same time. You cannot believe anything about David and what Christians believe about David and be over there with them at the same time. It's a conflict of your interest, and it's going to be a conflict of your spirit. Go read and find out, okay? So you can't be both of them. Now, if you believe Christianity is the white man's religion and you don't believe in Christianity and blah, 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 then you probably don't think David existed. You think that they made it up. And therefore, you should still go read what he says about David. And why is he so seriously talking about this thing that you believe was made up? So it wasn't okay for the Bible to make up a story about David, but it was okay for these people to make up a story about David. Was David real or wasn't he? You don't have to decide. I'm just saying, go read what that man said about David and Joshua. And that is why we say all skin folk are not kinfolk, y'all. Okay? I know who I am. I know where I came from. I know what my ancestors were. But it doesn't even matter, y'all. Because we are all humans. We are all connected. And just because some of us were put here to guide and to lead the way, it doesn't make us better. Doesn't mean we're better. Doesn't mean anybody's lesser than us. We are all the same. Okay? That's why y'all got to go study epigenetics and find out about Bruce Lipton. Because when you find out the research that they've been doing on matter, they basically proved spirituality, y'all. The scientists are becoming spiritual now. The scientists are more spiritual than the Christians are because they proved it, okay? Once matter is separated, it's still connected. They proved that scientifically. So that means you and I are connected. We come from the same thing, same piece of matter. We all come from the same original piece of matter. So we are all connected. We are all connected to the same source. It don't matter. And that is what, if you know that you're the original man, if you know that you're a First Nation person, that is what you're responsible for helping to usher in. Not beating people over the head about whether they're Native American or not. How dare you? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, whatever. They're part of the distraction. So it's questionable as to whether they really are even First Nation people or not. Okay? I love y'all. I got to get off of here. I was supposed to be gone 3 minutes ago. I hope you all will join us on Stereo. You can download the Stereo app. The link is in my bio. You can join us on stage if you have time. If not, feel free to come back next week, tomorrow morning. We do it every single morning. I hope to see y'all there. Let's connect our dots further because y'all never know when TikTok is going to pull the plug, y'all. Okay? I don't know how to end. Oh, they moved the button to up top. Again, connect the dots deeper wherever you are. Let's follow each other everywhere.